Hi everyone, hope you are doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now yesterday, Miguna Miguna was on an interview at NTV together with the Joy Ageo. And there are several things Miguna Miguna talked about. One of the issues was that he still believed that Railaodinga won election in 2017. And that is the reason why he went further to swear Railaodinga. Despite the fact that he had voted for Uhuru Kenyatta, he still felt that by Uhuru grabbing victory from Raila Odinga, it was unconstitutional. So he still stand with the truth that Raila won election in 2017. There are other things he talked about. And after that interview today, we have seen Miguna Miguna in a meeting with the Kapsaret Member of Parliament, Oscar Sudi. So he paid a courtesy visit to Oscar Sudi's office. And this is what Oscar Sudi shared after that meeting. Freedom is here. We will not revenge to anyone who mistreated us. Welcome home, General Miguna Miguna. Again, Miguna Miguna also tweeted, and this is what Miguna is saying: building strategic alliances. A courtesy call to Honorable Oscar Sudi in Nairobi today. So Miguna is telling his followers or supporters that he's building alliances with other people. And Oscar Sudi is saying freedom is here. But again, he's promising that they are not going to revenge on those who mistreated them. But the question we are asking on this Punchline today: what are the possible reasons why Miguna Miguna is meeting Oscar Sudi? And why Oscar Sudi, the first politician in Kenya Kwanza, and of course generally, the first politician Miguna Miguna to meet after landing in this country? That is the question we want to try and analyze here. But before we go deep into that, just a quick request. You might be watching this channel, but you have not yet subscribed. So my humble request, please consider subscribing so that another time, once we release a video like this one, you will always get notified. Again, to all our channel subscribers, anyone who comment, and all people who have joined our membership, thank you so much for your unconditional support. Again, I'm requesting you to give this video a thumbs up so that YouTube can recommend our videos to more viewers. Back to our discussion. The final thing, before we go deep into what we are saying, Oscar Sudi is saying that freedom is here. And they are here to celebrate the freedom. And he's talking about the people who mistreated Miguna Miguna. The truth is that those people who celebrated the Miguna Miguna's deportation are the one pretending to be innocent and holy, as if they did not participate or support or even comment positively on the issue of Miguna Miguna during that time. So let it be clear: Oscar Sudi and the team celebrated Miguna Miguna's deportation. Period. They are only taking advantage here because of the differences Miguna has had with Raila Odinga, and of course the differences that William Ruto has had with Uhuru Kenyatta. So those converging interests is the one bringing together these people. Possible reasons: Oscar Sudi is the closest ally of President William Samoei Ruto. Sometimes when Oscar Sudi is speaking, definitely he might be speaking the mind and ideas of President William Samoei Ruto. There are things William Ruto would want people to hear or to get, but he cannot speak it. So the only person to pass this information, it is Oscar Sudi. So if you see Miguna Miguna meeting Oscar Sudi before meeting any other person, then my thinking, in my own view, I believe that Oscar Sudi might be passing information from William Samoei Ruto to Miguna Miguna. Ruto might not meet Miguna one-on-one, but Oscar Sudi is his line of communication, the link to his network. So, this meeting might be having the blessing of President William Samoei Ruto to meet Miguna Miguna. There's something Miguna Miguna said on an interview with Joy Ageo, that he can work with the government, but it's not a must. But again, he said, in as much he can work with the government, he cannot take an illegal position. Na aliuliza kama gani, akasema CAS. According to the court, that position is nowhere in the constitution and it is illegal. So Miguna was clear. One thing that you cannot take away from Miguna Miguna, you cannot stop him from speaking his mind and what he believes is right and what he believes that is wrong. So, meeting Miguna Miguna could be a strategy for William Samoei Ruto to request him if he can maybe accept a position in his government. And once you give a position to Miguna Miguna in the government, at least to some extent, you can contain him. So that when he is speaking, he will be speaking as a government official. So he speaks from the point of being part of that government. So he can measure his words on what he wants to talk about. Because now there are issues you have to solve internally. But when you're not in the government, you can speak these issues out. So Oscar Sudi maybe is here to break a deal for Miguna and Ruto. Tunaweza kukupea nini utusaidie kufanya? That is number one. And Ruto might be borrowing this from Mzee, the late Jomo Kenyatta, and of course, the late President Moi, his political father. Moi and the Kenyatta, when they used to detain their opponent, at least one thing they always did was that once their opponent get out of prison, wakishapiga order kwamba watolewe kwa jela, when they come back, the first thing they will do is to offer a job to these people. Akina Koigi wa Mwere, akina Oginga Odinga, those ones, they were being given a duty. Sasa ukipewa kazi ndio wasikufe njaa, wapate mahali penye watapata chakula na waendelee. So even in their brutal way, they were still having some mercy and understanding that these people need something. That is how they were operating. So Ruto might be borrowing from these two leaders. At least even offer something to those people who have been hostile to you. Number two, Miguna has talked about the issue of building alliances. What are these alliances he's talking about? Which alliance is this? And for what? The truth of the matter is that William Ruto is not a settled man. Ruto, in his own wisdom, he understands that he did not win this election free and fair. He knows that. And because he's aware of this, Ruto must prepare for 2027 as early as possible. Because numbers did not favor him. The difference in terms of votes, according to what Chebukati announced, because railaodinga people might not buy into that, the difference between Ruto and Raila was merely 230,000 votes. So that margin is very small. Miguna might be a man whom Ruto is going to assign together with the other leaders in in Nyanza region, including people like Obado, Owalo, Miguna, and others, so that they can now campaign for him in Nyanza region, at least so that he can attract numbers. And in the near future, when he gets there, at least he will be using these people as a ladder to get to Nyanza region. Give them some job, let them employ some people here and there. For example, what he has offered to Owalo. So that move was good. And you see, Owalo has been one of the best CS so far I have seen. Wale wamekuwa vetted. The way he answered the questions, it tells you that this is a man full of wisdom and knowledge of the things that he is going to do. If given a chance and a political goodwill, he might deliver immensely in his docket. So, Ruto want to build his powerhouse within Nyanza region using Miguna and other people. So they will have some positions here and there, and they will feel being part of that government. And in that way, he wants Nyanza people to feel that they are a part of his government. That is what he's looking for. And that's why Miguna is talking about building alliances. We will wait and see what will come out later. Because now, using this opportunity, Miguna also got a chance to pass his message to the president. Because once you speak to Oscar Sudi will meet with the president one-on-one. So if Miguna has something or a request one from Ruto, he can do it through Oscar Sudi. And that is so far what I can say. Beside this, Miguna talked about his compensation. There are several things they did to Miguna. Violation of court orders, bombing his house, confiscating so many things. The case was in court, ruling was made, Miguna need to be compensated. And when it comes to compensation, once the court pronounced itself, and that compensation is touching on government officers, what normally happens is that it is the duty of the Attorney General to release that money to compensate that person. So it will be the duty of J.B. Muturi, the former Speaker of the National Assembly, who is now going to take the role of the Attorney General. It will be his duty to compensate Miguna. He's the one who will arrange and provide money to compensate the losses that Miguna went through. So that's the issue I think these people were discussing. I don't know what you think about this, but I can read your view through the comment section. Thank you so much. Let us meet in the comment section.